Hello, hello. Hello, hello. What's up, folks? Back at it again with another live stream because I have so much to edit. Too much to edit, honestly. So yeah, we're just gonna jump into it. Straight up editing stuff. Y'all gonna be hanging out with me while I edit. As usual, if you have any questions about anything, throw them in there and we could chat about it. But to start out, I'm just gonna be setting up these weddings I recently culled and then editing from there. So like when I start out, I usually text up all my sections and separate them. That way when I edit, I'm not editing all the photos at once and it doesn't feel like I'm doing so much. It really does help mentally. I suggest everyone should do it. So setting up a collection set. And then inside that collection set, we're gonna make some smart previews or smart folders. What PC are you using and what performance setting on Lightroom? So I have a custom-made PC. I'm using an i9-9900K, not overclocked, because my Hackintosh side doesn't like the overclock. I got 64 gigs of RAM and a Radeon 7 for the graphics card. You know what? Let's do flagged photos first. For the performance settings, I'll pull those up in just 1 second. Rating is 5. Source folder contains all. And here's all the photos I flagged for the wedding, so 811. Let's see real quick. Edit, preferences. Performance, so I got the use graphics processor set to custom, use GPU, turn that on. The Radeon 7 has 16 gigs of VRAM, which is a lot, which I don't even know if Lightroom even really uses it. And then we have the cache size here. I usually put to 50. I don't know if I should have purged that right now, but I did it anyway. Enable previews, smart previews, load smart previews only. So I'm working with that stuff, which makes it a lot faster. Have you done a full edit in Lightroom on the iPad? I have not. Not a 100% full edit. I did, however, especially with the batch editing, like last weekend, I edited a good like 200 to 300 photos while I was in New York for a wedding. But yeah, I have not done a full edit. I was actually thinking about doing a session soon. Recording the session and then also recording the editing and then having like the full edit just on the iPad. Here's our groom getting ready. Oh, I messed up. I call it getting ready groom. Oh, what am I doing, guys? I'm so tired. I'm like sick too. I can't breathe through my nose. Label text is getting ready groom. So there we are, 23 photos of that so far. We go back and do that with the rest of our stuff. These shots I like to call group portraits. Then we make our group portrait smart preview or smart folder. And there's that. Oh yeah, I never figured out why my chat thing isn't working anymore. Because when I'm using a custom setting, Lightroom is on speed till I get to healing brush. Yeah, the healing brush is one of the slowest tools in Lightroom. I'll probably get to that at some point while I'm editing. Cause yeah, it's pretty bad actually. Mine does pretty well. I think the healing brush mainly uses the processor, but yeah, it's pretty bad. So these are all, this counts as details. Then I make my smart folder for details. Details. And there's that. One catalog per wedding. I don't know, I feel like that's extra. Everyone always talks about it, but I don't really see a point to doing it. It just makes everything harder to get to. I mean, I know the worst case scenario is your catalog gets corrupted and then you can't, you know, everything is in it gets corrupted, but I mean, I've never had that happen. I've been shooting for 6 years now. Also, having just one catalog, it barely makes it any faster. I know another wedding photographer, he said he only does one catalog altogether. I do like quarters of the year or either just half year. That's what this is. This is half year. But yeah, I don't know. One catalog per thing is just so, it's so much. So much. So we just did getting ready bride. And then here we are, we're getting ready bride. And then we go back to details. And so since I already made those smart folders, I don't have to do it again now. So when I mark all this stuff as details, it's just gonna go there. So details, and it'll automatically upload. Are you syncing Lightroom with the cloud? I am. That's how I get everything on my iPad. I actually, my iPad's right here. I can at least give y'all a little view of the iPad since last time I tested it. This one should be syncing to Lightroom if I set it up correctly. Let's see. Where's my HDMI? I'll pop my iPad over here. Oh no. Oh, did I not sync this wedding? I must have, right? So here we go. So there's the iPad right there on the bottom. All photos. I'm pretty sure I imported this wedding. I thought I did at least. Up there it goes, updating. It should be before this. But I don't sync. I'm not syncing like absolutely everything. I'm only syncing stuff that I need to edit when I'm away from my main computer. And then after I'm done editing it, I usually unsync it. Oh yeah, here it is. So here's the wedding I'm working on right now on the iPad. You don't see the syncing icons? Are there icons? It is syncing. Right now, I'm not really doing much that it needs to sync, but you'll see it when I start actually editing. In the top left corner, it'll start saying like syncing or whatever. So this is all getting ready bride, which I already have a section for that. And here we are with the ceremony. So this is just all ceremony. There we go. So ceremony. And then I don't have a section for that yet, so I gotta build it. So there's our ceremony. This is group portraits again. Which I have a section for that. And then this stuff I'll call couple portraits. I enjoy your work. Hope to second for you if you ever need help. Ah, thanks, man. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I have a fairly regular second, but I do second with a bunch of people. Like I'll have people second with me. This is group. This counts as couple portraits again. And then this will be group again. More group portraits. Okay, and then we go back to couple again. So here are a couple portraits. This next section I'll call intros and dances, or like intros and first dances. Oh, you're in Charlotte? Nice. Yeah, I get out there, but not too often. I actually just had a couple. I almost worked with them, but my travel fees were a little too much for them. So they weren't able to book me. I feel like I have a couple weddings out there next year. How much did I charge for this wedding? So this wedding was on a Monday, and they didn't have a large budget. I decided to, just be nice and take the wedding for pretty cheap. So originally I was only going to do 6 hours, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to be there anyway. Who cares? So I did it for 8 hours at $800. And see, that's something you have to pick and choose kind of where you want to be, because typically my weddings are booking around 3,000 or 3,500. But every now and then, like, you get someone who they're cool people. They're just having a little small whatever wedding. It's not too much work for you. So, it was on a Monday. So it's rare that I do that. But I'll do it every now and then, like once or twice a year. Oops, what did I do? Oh no, 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 for 800 for 8 hours, which is extremely cheap for my usual rates. I'll just call this speeches. These are more group portraits. And then now we have the cake cut. Cake cut, cake cut. So this is just me prepping to start editing, because I don't like to just edit all the photos at once. It takes a toll on my mind. So that'll be reception. Shot my first wedding with an X-T3 on Saturday. Great overall, but low light autofocus could have been better. Huh. What lenses were you using? Because I'm curious. I usually don't have any focusing I mean, I definitely have noticed when it's focusing, but actually that's a big thing I've noticed too. It seems like a lot of people use continuous focus all the time. I'm sorry, I don't trust that stuff. And it seems like, because I've had a lot of people say that they've either had focusing issues or slow focusing, and I've never had it before, and I wonder if it's because of the continuous focus. Because I usually always use single point focus, and I like never use continuous. Oh, the 1.4 and the 1.2. Yeah, that 56 in low light is a little wonky. These are speeches. Oh. Are you still exclusively using the F2s? Yes, I am. I rented and tried out the 1.4 versions of the 23 and 35, and they were cool, but I don't know. They didn't change my life. So, like, now the 23 1.4 I might end up getting. That extra bit of light makes a pretty big difference, but the 35 1.4, I don't know. I like the F2 a lot. I use single point and get a high hit rate. 56 is a little slower in the low light. Yeah, exactly. I use single point. The only time I ever use continuous is when people are walking into the wedding, when people are walking out to the wedding, so at the ceremony, and if I do a shot where people are walking towards me or away from me. That's literally the only time I use continuous throughout the day. Yeah, the F2s are good. They focus real quick too. I think I'm just gonna call the rest of this reception. Yeah. So pretty much on to the end. This is all reception. And then this is couple portraits again. There. And now all my stuff is separated. And yet again, the reason I do this is because it makes it easier for when I edit to feel like I'm actually accomplishing goals rather than being like, oh my God, I have 800 photos to edit. So like for instance, groom getting ready is 23 photos. Like I can bang that out right here, right now. But let's do it on the iPad real quick. Just so y'all can see this iPad in action. Let's see, switch it up to the iPad. So here's the iPad now. See, I'm using it with the mouse. There was a way for, oh yeah, is it in recently added? Yeah. Did I really shoot their wedding that late that it crossed over into days? I guess so. Can I select all these? I don't even know. I'm not going to do that. So let's find these groom getting ready photos real quick. We'll do that section on the iPad. And yeah, so I have a little mouse I'm using with the iPad. The mouse support on the iPad is clutch. Okay, here we go. So since this first photo is edited already, I'm just gonna copy the settings, which I also have a keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard on my iPad, so I can use key commands and stuff, which is super nice. And now I can do batch editing. So I'm just gonna click and hold on one of these, so I can select all these photos. And then we paste. Now I'm gonna go back to my Lightroom and iPad view, so y'all can see that stuff update on the computer as well. It should just sync back over. So there we go. Yeah, see, it's already syncing over. And typically after I do that, then I just go through and make sure everything's like straight and looking good and exposure looks good. But yeah, editing on the iPad it's nice. Basically, again, the way I use it is mainly when I'm away from my main computer. So I'm kind of using it like a laptop, but I don't do my full editing on the iPad. It's a healing brush. Actually, I clicked on the wrong one. Oh, it's so big. The groom's room, yeah. It was actually, so it was funny because I get to the groom's, it's his father's house, and honestly it was a pretty big mess. And I typically like clean areas for my photos, but I was able to make it work out and also work out with like the colors and stuff. So yeah, at the end of the day, I was actually really happy with the way it looked. Black and white that photo. Okay, but yeah, that was a quick little look at the iPad. I'm not gonna edit the whole thing on the iPad, but I just wanted to show y'all it was legit. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit. All right, so here we are back on the computer. You see all those edits synced over. I'm gonna black and white this one. The rest of these look good. Maybe more some more exposure on these. Yo, if y'all don't edit in the quick develop mode, you need to get on that. Like, now. It is so nice to just edit everything, not even from the develop area. Yep, so that's good. I'll black and white this one too. Let me go ahead and disconnect my iPad before I kill its battery. Now we got this quick little flat lay of his details. Yeah, this is what I was saying again about the natural field preset. It's just like, you saw me, I threw it up there, I turned up the exposure, it looks fine. If you're if you're getting it pretty good in the camera, it's pretty much good to go. Then I go through and make sure my exposure is looking okay on most of these. And I'll black and white this one. Cool. And that's it. So yeah, so this whole section of the groom getting ready is done. Hey, from Switzerland, how awesome. I wanna visit. I wanna go to Switzerland. This will also be a quick section. So here's the bride was having some hair problems that morning. So unfortunately we didn't get a shot of her with her bridesmaids in their robes, but that's okay. Select all these, sync the settings. Wow, and Romania? That's crazy. What time is it over there? Oh, we got Baltimore in the house. Hong Kong. Y'all coming from everywhere. My wife's dad's from Hong Kong. China? Hong Kong? Cool. So there's the bridesmaids. We got a picture of a dog. We're just gonna black and white that real quick. $7 p.m. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's probably like y'all just got off work. Everybody chilling. By Lightroom and not Capture One. My workflow is so set in Lightroom at this point that I feel like if I switch, I'm gonna be so slow. I did the trial of Capture One for like 2 seconds and was lost. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing in Capture One, but I do want to give it a try again, especially because I want to make a version of my natural fields preset for Capture One and then go on from there. But I've kind of found my sweet spot for Lightroom and dealing with Fuji files, so I feel pretty good about it overall. Yeah, this was probably the most kind of like overall disorganized wedding as far as just like how I usually handle the day and take the photos and stuff. Oh, Moments by Gabriel. Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, you just hit me up. That's funny. So yeah, as far as like picking locations and how the photos went, this whole day was not really, but yet again, every now and then I'll take a wedding just to, you know, bless someone's life with some good photos. Whereas like they couldn't really afford a really good photographer, so I just helped them out. There's a converter. I have to, yeah, I might give Capture One another try. Yeah, the next wedding after this, I wish I would have brought my GoPro and got some behind the scenes because it was an awesome day. But I decided not to, and I'm regretting it now. My watch is over here blowing up. After this section, I'll go ahead and do the get the cake cut out of the way. Those are usually, I like to get the easy sections, just go ahead and get them out of the way. So there's all that. I'll black and white this. Oh, hold up. I can't breathe. Absolute worst. I feel like the recent weddings that I just did got a great deal since they were booked a year ahead. Yeah, that did happen. My 20, or actually a lot of my 2019 weddings, and the ones who booked in 2018 for 2019, they got sick deals. Like, I was going back through the contracts and being like, dang, bro. Like, that's how much I charged. So yeah, that happens too. That's why I've been trying to get better about, if I'm booking well enough, switching the pricing and stuff like in mid-roll rather than waiting for like longer. Cool, so that's the bride getting ready. That's done. Let's do the cake cut because that's usually really easy. Yeah, it's all basically all one scene. Yeah, we're just gonna select all this. Sync them settings. But yeah, so far I'm about at, I think I'm close to 20 weddings for 2020 so far. And I actually was trying to cut back and not do as many weddings and focus on the YouTube stuff a little bit more, because it's actually doing okay. And I feel like overall it could make me more money and save me more time comparative to weddings. So I'll still do weddings, but I'm definitely gonna cut back on them. But we'll see, because I just had a baby, another baby this year. So yeah, we'll see. I might have to at least, you know, do another heavy year like I did this year of 40 weddings or something. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, when I moved, the exposure changed a little bit. We'll stay here. Oops. I'm only at 3. Congrats on the new baby. Thank you, thank you. Yep, we had another baby boy. So now I have 3 kids. A 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 2-month-old. It's a lot of work. But yeah, I'm serious about it. Like, I don't know if you all saw in some of my other videos, but, you know, talking about going full-time photography and stuff. My wife doesn't work either, so I'm the only income. So it's me and 3 kids. And, you know, I'm not over here balling hard, but I'm making enough money for us to live and pay our bills. So that's why I hope it encourages anyone who maybe you're looking to go full-time, or you just want to do more, but you're like worried about it. Like, if you're single, trust me, like, just work on your craft and get the business side of your stuff together, like your website and all that. You can definitely do it. If I can do it with 3 kids and I'm the only income, you can definitely do it when you're single. Because, yeah, if I didn't have kids and a wife, I'd be balling. Like, if it was just me and my bills, I would be balling hard. Alright, so cake cut looks good. So that's done. Let's see, what other small sections do we have that are easy? This speeches section will be easy. You know, I'm just going to get rid of that photo. That was him when he was praying for the food. But we have him for speeches here, so it's fine. Yep, and then we select and sync. And the rest of these should be good. Yep, those are fine. You and Reggie are a huge encouragement. Yeah, Reggie is cool people. We talk. He hit me up originally and was like, yo, you really inspired me to get into it. And I was like, bro, your stuff is so good. I actually hope to second shoot with him sometime. Because for me now, second shooting is less about, you know, getting portfolio work and things like that, and more just about, you know, meeting other photographers, seeing their workflow, and just helping them out and stuff like that is really cool. Holding on to the day job until I'm just straight up exhausted. Yeah, and I mean, there's advantages to the day job and stuff too. Like, you know, you get your health benefits and all that stuff is nice and easy to get. So definitely don't jump ship too early, and definitely make sure you save a good chunk of money before you decide to jump. But that's the biggest thing, definitely, is like, if you're single, you have a lot more going for you to make it easier And I'm not saying that like, oh, if you're single, it's gonna be so easy. You know, everyone has their own life and their own situations, and things is easier or harder for people. But you know, it's just like the barrier to get in when you don't have a lot of bills is much lower. Like if you keep your, you know, if you have a budget and you keep it in a good space, you know, it costs a lot less to feed and pay your bills as a single person than, you know, for like 5 other people. But yeah, I'm hoping to collab with Reggie sometime. If I ever get out to SF, definitely gonna hit him up, see what he's up to. Gonna ask my wife if we can move in with my mom with our 2 kids. That's funny. My wife was actually just suggesting that for us. She was like, I want to be, because where we are now, like I said, I'm not balling. I'm not really able to save a lot of money like we wanted to. We were when I had the day job and photography. We were like saving money and paying off debt. It was awesome. So now she's like, maybe we should move in with your parents for just a little bit. And I was like, man. Oh, cool. That'd be awesome, dude. Shooting with Reggie would be so cool. But yeah, SF, man. SF is so expensive. So we should be able to copy our settings from here and paste them. Oh yeah, I know someone was saying they didn't see it syncing earlier, but you see in the top left here, the syncing photo. So every time I update something, it's gonna start syncing it. We'll see if I can just, let's see if I can paste my settings. Yep, and it looks fine. Glass Bottle Media, thanks for that sub. I still don't know why my chat's not working. Let's see. Widgets, right? Chat box. Oh, cause they updated it? No. Should still be the same thing. This thing is just over here hating, that's all. Properties. Paste. Okay. Is it working? Is it even working? Let's test it. Test. Is it because they updated YouTube? Oh well, whatever. So here we go again with the, we should be able to paste all these. Sync these up. Paste all these again. Throw some black and white in there. Yeah, I gotta figure out why my chat box ain't working anymore. All right, Darren, catch you next time. Do you apply sharpening in Lightroom? What are your sharpening settings? So I do not apply sharpening in Lightroom because of the worming that happens. So I know my preset that I'm selling, it does have the sharpening in there because I don't expect everyone to do my exact same process. So it's the same coloring preset. The only difference is the sharpening. So typically what I'm doing for sharpening, you can kind of see it here. So I turn sharpening all the way down. So it's just off altogether. Because you can even see, like, you start turning up sharpening and you can instantly start seeing those worms. Look at that good old Fujifilm files. Let's go 3:1. Like, that's so weird. And obviously that's like way over sharpened, but I mean, even if you're coming around like 80, which is, I'll typically do that. Now, when you do it here, it looks fine. And that's why I don't know why everyone's so concerned about the worming, because I feel like when you export, you also don't see it. I'm about to try it out. Let's test it real quick. So I'm just gonna export it. I'm not gonna do my typical exporting. I'm not gonna resize this thing. Screen sharpening, cool. So I'm gonna export it. Cause I never had a problem with it before. Like, I was editing fine and sharpening in Lightroom or whatever, and then I saw these videos where people were like, oh, Fujifilm worms, yeah, Lightroom, ah. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's see, where is this? Okay, so here's the exported JPEG. Oh no, it's still there. Never mind. So yeah, typically what I do, sharpening is all the way down. And here, let me show you my normal export. So I'll export, and then I'll have it go to open in another application. I use exposure. I think I'm on 3 or 4. So I export it, and then it goes into exposure. And so here's exposure. And so see, exporting it with no sharpening, but I do use the screen sharpening. So Lightroom has a built-in screen sharpening when you export, and that doesn't create worms, which is stupid, but sharpening inside the program creates worms. So I do the screen sharpening on like low, and then I have my own preset for grain and sharpening that I use. So it adds grain and sharpening because I like the grain look. And you can see it's a little over sharp, but I don't mind it because it makes everything look super crisp. So here's with the sharpening, here's without. So yeah, those lines are hard. Like, I sharpen it pretty hard. But I'm sharpening at the JPEG stage, not beforehand. And yeah, that gives a pretty clean look. I add a little bit of contrast too. Y'all can kind of see that. And that's how I've gotten around the worming. The good old Lightroom worming. Let's see, let's hit this reception real quick because most of these photos are gonna look the same as well. Yeah, these are all like the same. So I should be able to just come in here, apply my preset. I like to drop these shadows when it's reception time. Let's bring up this noise reduction just a little bit. Yeah, that worming's bad. I thought it didn't affect the JPEGs, but guess I'm corrected. That was pretty bad. That was horrible. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. So we got all of our settings syncing, and then I usually just thumb through it real quick, make sure it looks okay. I'm actually gonna go ahead and set up my next wedding though, so I have that all prepped and ready. So let's go ahead and go through and do another setup section. But first I need to remember who I have next. Caroline and Chase. So let's make a new collection set. That will be inside weddings. So here are all the photos from this wedding. This is the one that I wish I would have brought my GoPro to. It definitely would have been an ideal wedding to GoPro it up. And now let's go ahead and start sectioning this off real quick. So this is all bride getting ready. Getting ready bride. Getting ready bride. Then we got getting ready groom. Then we go back to getting ready bride again. This, I don't like that photo. This will be more getting ready groom. Oh wow, the song just stopped. This will be details. Getting ready bride, really? Only 36 pictures? This will be group portraits. Oh yeah, that's why, because there's still a whole nother section of getting ready bright. I was like, there's no way it's only that many photos. There, 85, that looks better. This is details. More group portraits. We'll count this as getting ready bride. More details. Oops. And then here we go with the ceremony. Here's some more group portraits. Actually, yeah, this whole section. Yep. So group. And then now we're on to couple portraits. This will be details. We'll call this intros and dances. And then this is speeches. So my second, he brought along an ice light. So this stuff was all lit with the little ice light, which I think is nice. Is this, did I edit this yet? Yeah, no, that's just good lighting. And the good old Fuji 56, so good. So this will be details, which I already have one. This will be cake cut, which it looks like I basically already edited. And then the rest of yo, they were turning up at this wedding. So they had this drink and they put a GoPro on it. So it's gonna be everyone on there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure oh no, there's more speeches. We'll just call this reception then. So here's more speeches. And I think the rest of it is just reception at this point. Yeah. Such a party. Cool. So yeah, cake cut looks done. Speeches usually go by pretty quick too. So since I had a second, what I'll usually do is open up the metadata and see how many photos from him I have. So it looks like for this I only did one. And so then I'll throw my black and white. Not on all of them, but like a lot of times the second photos are gonna get black and white because it gives me that extra variety in there. I typically shoot my speech giving stuff with the same lens where I'm just like 56 the whole way through. So like once I've edited one photo, if they're standing in basically the same area, yeah, like all this stuff. And I'll deselect the speech giver because they're in a different location. Yeah, and I should be able to just sync all that. And then I just go back and check all the photos. The only downside to using the 56 is when like they're not standing in the same plane. So you saw earlier, like he's a little out of focus, which is fine. I just had to readjust myself a little bit. These DJ lights. Do a black and white of that. But yeah, the biggest thing, I know I've heard a lot of people who take like forever to edit their photos. Like, it shouldn't be taking you that long to go through and edit your photos. It really shouldn't. You should be getting it right in the camera for the most part. And then editing should just be a light little touch, a little salt on the top. Also, people always hating on the Fujifilm bokeh. This is the 56. I mean, I'm good with it. Obviously, full frame is gonna have a little bit more, but I don't know. It's just getting too picky, in my opinion. Oh my goodness, these DJ lights. This would have been like easier with the white balance if it wasn't like every 2 seconds. Everything's just like changing. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Even between those 3 photos, like, oh, I thought I was done. I was like, oh yeah, I just did this stuff. I have this whole stuff up here. So now we can switch over to this because they were in a different position. I'm gonna sync this again. Let me move this over here so y'all can see it. And then after I finish this section, I'm gonna go back to the wedding that I'm supposed to be editing. Because this one comes after that last one, so. Oh my goodness. Why? DJs, why? Why? Yeah, that 56. This is at 2. 56 is so sharp at 2. Oh goodness, I'm just not. I'm sorry. Ugh, even this first photo I did. The worst. why I skipped this hug. Oh, I thought I had water somewhere. Ugh. Are you sinking? Okay, I was like, what happened? Gonna black and white it. Thanks a lot, DJs. Typically too, when I'm doing the speeches, I take more photos of the couple, which you can kind of see here. I only take a couple of the speech giver because they're pretty much talking and or staring at like their phone or a sheet of paper, and it doesn't look good. So I'll take a couple of the speech giver real quick, and then from there I'll focus on the couple and their reactions. And that gives an overall, like, it gives enough of like the story when I deliver the photos, basically. All right, so we have her sister, this guy, and then this guy. This one, I guess, it's probably the best overall with the colors, even though it's really not the best, but it's as good as it's gonna get. Oh my goodness. Why? Honestly, I should have asked them if they could turn off the lights, at least for the speeches. That probably would have been the move. Yeah. It's just so annoying. As long as I got the skin tones looking okay. That's what it's about. Cool. And then yeah, then we got the best man speech. Oh. Throw a black and white in there. Cool. And then that was all the speeches, I think. Yep. Cool. Let's see. So I did cake cut. I did bride and groom getting ready. I did not finish their speeches, or did I? I did finish speeches. I had hit reception, but I didn't go through all the photos yet. So let's go through this real quick. Make sure they're looking okay. And then this is garter and bouquet stuff, which I don't think they tossed the bouquet, so it was just garter really. I guess I should sync. Yeah, let me sync the rest of these. Wow, everybody has a Black Friday sale. Everybody coming out the gate like, Black Friday sale, you trying to buy this dough? It's only what, Tuesday? I have my last wedding of the year this weekend. Then I have another engagement session like the first weekend of December. And then after that I'm good to go. Then it's just updating all my content while I have some downtime. And working on YouTube videos. Basically just getting myself ready for 2020. I thought I had my water up here. but I don't, and I'm thirsty. I had no tripod for these. They wanted to do these little lightsaber shots. That works. Natural lighting, yeah. ISO was 1250. 0.4 seconds on the shutter. So it looks like no one really moved, but yeah, it's a little slop. But I also want it to be able to catch. That's cool, the blue and the red. So it's not horrible, but it's not ideal. We were also too close to, you can see the light here. There was like a tent behind me giving off light, so it is what it is. I don't think it's bad, but it's not the greatest photo in the whole world. It was also just like an end of the night. I wasn't even planning for it. They're like, we got these lightsabers, let's do this thing. And I was like, oh, okay. I had already basically packed up all my stuff. Let's give this a 16 by 9. How many lenses do I own? 5? I have the 90 f2, the 56 1.4, the 35 f2, the 23 f2, and the 14 2.8, and another 23 f2. I have 2 of them, so I guess 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. 2 23 f2s, because I use one on my XT30. Just for overall video stuff. I just got a gimbal the other day. So basically I have my I have a whole set for just my XT30. So here's the XT30 on the Weeble S, which is nice and small and sweet and beautiful. And the XT30 is legit. This can take more than just the XT30, but it's like my small little workhorse. I mean, it can shoot 4K 30. Unless I want to do slow motion stuff, like this is good to go. So I'm still pretty new to. Oh, I have it locked. It's about to beep. Oh no, no. Still pretty new to gimbals. But I think I'm starting to get it. You got your pan follow. You got your free flowing mode. You got your vortex. So I can whoa. Yeah, it's cool. It's so light. Now I need to actually use it. That's the real thing. I'm thinking about I don't know if I want to because it's a lot of work, but I might start messing around with some wedding photography or wedding videography. But I don't know, it's a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do it. So many F2s. Yeah, no, I love the F2 lenses. I tried the 1.4 versions and I didn't like them as much. The only one that I kind of liked was the what was it, the 23 1.4? That one was good. But I don't know, I wasn't feeling the 35 1.4. I just wasn't feeling it. Cause yeah, that little extra bit of light would be nice, but the focusing is slow and the focusing is loud. Just not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. So I'll stick with my f2 lenses. I'm good with them. Here's the guys. About to catch the garter. No one really wants it. You know how the garter toss goes. Yep, and then I got the rest of that. All right, folks, that's about all for today. I need to eat. I'm mad hungry. I'm just chilling, editing away my life, but I'll be back with more live streams. So if there's anything else you want to see or anything else you're curious about, let me know. I want to also maybe do a tethered, like a live shoot or something. Maybe do something like that. That'd be dope for a live stream. Maybe sometime in the near future. We'll see. My next lens will be the 23-1.4 for vlogs and stills, 56 for portraits. I'll rent the 90. Yeah, I bought the 90 and I don't use it. I use it like once in the blue moon. I'm really not, I don't know. The 90 doesn't work out for me. Well, I tend to shoot wide too, so the 90 is just so close that it's weird for the way I shoot. I feel like I'm so far back, so yeah, the 23-1.4, if I was going to switch any of my 23s, I would switch out one of them for the 1.4 and then keep one of the f2 1.4, my XT30 for like video stuff. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, y'all. I will catch you next time in another live stream, and I hope to make these more of a regular thing, maybe like once or twice a month, so y'all can sit, ask me some questions, hang out. But first, I guess I got to figure out what time works best for most everybody, so we'll see. Anyways, I'll catch y'all next time.